Have you ever wondered if you have what it takes to pass the Canadian citizenship test? Well, it's probably a little tougher than you think. Today, we're going to put your knowledge to the test using some real questions from the official exam. Let's see how you do.
So really, how well do you know Canada? We are about to find out. And this isn't just some random trivia. These are the actual questions that real applicants have to answer to become citizens. Ready? Let's get started.
Okay, let's kick things off with the foundations. This first round is all about the history, the events, and people that really shaped Canada into the country we know today. So pay close attention. All right, question number 1. What are the 3 main groups of Aboriginal peoples in Canada? Is it A, B, C, or D? Take a second, lock in your answer.
If you said A, Inuit, Métis, and First Nations, you are correct. And you know, this isn't just a simple history fact. These 3 groups are actually specifically recognized in Canada's Constitution. It's a real cornerstone of the country's modern identity.
Moving right along to question 2. Who were the very first Europeans to land in what we now call Canada? You've got your options on the screen.
And the answer, which actually surprises a lot of people, is C, the Vikings. And this isn't just some legend. There's a real archaeological site in Newfoundland called Lonzo Meadows that dates all the way back to around 1000 AD. Pretty cool, huh?
Okay, here is a really important date in Canadian history. In what year did Confederation happen, which is when the Dominion of Canada was officially created?
The answer is A, 1867. Yep, July 1st, 1867. That date marks the official birth of Canada, which is exactly why it's celebrated every single year as Canada Day. So, how are you scoring so far?
All right, we've covered a bit of history. Let's switch gears and talk about the symbols, the geography, and the government that define Canada today. Let's see how you do in this next round.
Question 3 for you. This one seems pretty straightforward, but it's an important one. What is the name of Canada's national anthem?
And the answer is, of course, B, O Canada. But here's a fun fact. It was actually first performed way back in 1880, but it didn't officially become the national anthem until a full 100 years later in 1980.
Okay, let's talk about national animals. Which one of these famous Canadian critters is an official symbol of the country?
That's right, it's B, the beaver. And it's not just a cute, furry animal. Its importance goes way back to the fur trade, which was a huge part of Canada's early economy. You can even find the beaver on the Canadian 5-cent coin.
Now for a question that really gets to the very heart of Canada's cultural identity. What are the country's 2 official languages?
The answer is B, English and French. This isn't just a random choice, it directly reflects Canada's history and its deep commitment to bilingualism as a core part of its national identity.
All right, time for a little geography check. How many provinces does Canada have? Is it 8, 9, 10, or 13?
The correct answer is 10. That's right, Canada is made up of 10 provinces stretching all the way from the Atlantic to the Pacific. Okay, and for the follow-up question, if there are 10 provinces, how many territories does Canada have? Your options are 2, 3, 4, or 5. And the answer is 3. You've got Yukon, the Northwest Territories, and Nunavut, which together make up Canada's huge northern landscape. Okay, here's a question that honestly trips up a lot of people, even Canadians sometimes. What is the capital city of Canada? Is it Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, or Ottawa?
The capital is D, Ottawa. You know, while Toronto is the biggest city, and Montreal is a massive cultural hub, Ottawa is the political center of the nation.
And here we are, our final question. This one is all about how the government is structured. So, who is Canada's head of state?
The correct answer is C, the monarch. Now, this one's a bit tricky, I know, because Canada is a constitutional monarchy. The British monarch is the official head of state, but it's more of a symbolic role. The Prime Minister, on the other hand, is the head of government. That's the person who actually runs the country day to day.
All right, pencils down. That's the end of the quiz. How did you do? Here are all the correct answers on the screen. Go ahead, tally up your score, and see if you would have made the cut.
So, whether you got a perfect score, maybe just learned a few new things, this little quiz is a good reminder of the facts and figures that make up a national identity. But it also brings up a much bigger question, doesn't it? I mean, knowing all these answers is one thing, but what does it truly mean to be a citizen, whether it's in Canada or anywhere else in the world? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for playing along.